Hello, welcome to Astronautics for Exploit. This is Dr. Ayoshola Ogundele. Intergalactic Space Voyage, humanity's audacious step to break exploration boundary. The focus points are as follows: Galaxy, intergalactic space voyage, and intergalactic space voyage concept. Over several years, the academia, intergalactic space enthusiasts, government, private space companies, and investors have put forward and are eager to fund various hypothesized approaches for varying space enthusiasts through intergalactic space. Intergalactic space voyage, a hypothetical manned and unmanned voyage between the galaxies. Presently, a hypothesis and science fiction has been theorized to be a possibility in the future. Although the technologies to procure an intergalactic space voyage are still immature and beyond humanity's today's capabilities, various hypotheses to engage in such a voyage have been proposed by various academics and intergalactic space enthusiasts. Examples of the intergalactic space voyage approaches and concepts are light and electric sails approach, hypervelocity stars approach, time dilation approach, and superluminal approach. Hypervelocity stars, proposed in 1988 and observed in 2005, have been theorized that they could move faster than the Milky Way escape velocity and can travel out of intergalactic space. Their mechanisms are in two folds. The supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way could eject stars from the galaxy at a rate of one every 100,000 years, and the other is through the supernova explosion in the binary system. Intergalactic space voyage via hypervelocity stars will involve entering an orbit around the stars and wait for the stars to reach another galaxy. In the case of time dilation approach, a rocket that accelerated at standard acceleration due to gravity towards the Andromeda Galaxy, the nearest major galaxy to the Milky Way, and started to decelerate halfway through the trip, will arrive in about 28 years from the frame of reference of the observer. Galaxy. A galaxy is a system of stars, stellar remnants, interstellar matter, gas, dust, and dark matter bound together by gravity and make up the universe. Galaxies, averaging an estimated 100 million stars, range in size from dwarfs with less than 1,000 stars to the largest galaxies known, supergiants with 100 trillion stars, each orbiting its galaxy center of mass. Studies of the large-scale distribution of galaxies show that the universe has a foam-like structure with groups and clusters of galaxies lying along filaments that occupy about a tenth of the total space. The picture here shows spiral galaxy NGC 4414 imaged in 1995 by the Hubble Space Telescope. Galaxies are categorized according to their visual morphology as elliptical, spiral, or irregular. The Milky Way is an example of a spiral galaxy. It is estimated that there are between 200 billion to 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. The space between galaxies is filled with a tenuous gas, the intergalactic median, with an average density of less than 1 atom per cubic meter. The picture here shows an example of a spiral galaxy. The existence of galaxies was not recognized until the early 20th century. Since then, galaxies have become one of the focal points of astronomical investigation. In astronomy, the capitalized word galaxy is often used to refer to the Milky Way galaxy in order to distinguish it from the other galaxies in the observable universe. The picture here shows Pinwheel Galaxy NGC 5457. The Milky Way is the galaxy that includes the solar system, with the name describing the galaxy's appearance from the Earth. A hazy band of light seen in the night sky, formed from stars that cannot be individually distinguished by the naked eye. The Milky Way is estimated to contain at least 100 to 400 billion stars and planets. The picture here shows Oak's object, an example of a ring galaxy. The ESA spacecraft Gear, launched in 2013 and expected to operate until 2025, provides distance estimates of the Milky Way galaxy by determining the parallax of a billion stars and is mapping the Milky Way with 4 planned releases of maps in 2016, 2018, 2021, and 2024. Gear spacecraft has expanded the number of observations of stars from 2 million stars as of 1990s to about 2 billion stars. Artist's impression of ESA's Gear satellite observing the Milky Way is shown in this picture. Intergalactic space is the first empty and physical space between galaxies. Studies of the large-scale distribution of galaxies show that the universe has a foam-like structure with groups and clusters of galaxies lying along filaments that occupy about a tenth of the total space. Illustration of intergalactic space, space between galaxies, is shown in this picture. Intergalactic space takes up most of the volume of the universe. Galaxies and star systems consist almost entirely of empty space, and most of the remaining mass energy in the observable universe is made up of an unknown form, doped dark matter and dark energy. The deep vacuum of intergalactic space is not devoid of matter because it contains a few hydrogen atoms per cubic meter. NASA spacecraft that tested a key prediction of Einstein's theory of gravity by providing the first observational proof of a plunging region around the black hole is shown in this picture. Intergalactic space voyage. Intergalactic space voyage is the hypothetical crewed or uncrewed travel of voyage between different galaxies. Because of the great distances between the Milky Way and its closest neighbors, tens of thousands to millions of light years, any intergalactic space venture will be more technologically and financially demanding than the interstellar space voyage. Artist's impression of a black hole that was formed by a star implosion is shown in this picture. Intergalactic distances are approximately 100,000-fold greater than their interstellar counterparts. The technology which is required to travel between galaxies is far beyond humanity's present capabilities, and currently only the subject of speculation, hypothesis, and science fiction. In order to travel from the Milky Way to the Andromeda Galaxy, about 2.5 million light years of intergalactic space must be crossed. An artist's impression of a black hole binary is shown in this picture. Intergalactic space voyage concepts. Various concepts of intergalactic space travel and voyage has been put forward by the interested space enthusiasts. In order to sail through the galaxies or carry out intergalactic space voyage, various concepts have been proposed. Examples of such propositions are light and electric sails approach, hypervelocity stars approach, time dilation approach, and superluminal approach. An artist's depiction of a Cosmos 1 type spaceship in orbit is shown in this picture. An electric sail, which is an example of the intergalactic space voyage concept, also known as electric solar wind sail, is a proposed form of spacecraft propulsion using the dynamic pressure of the solar wind as a source of thrust. It creates a virtual sail by using small wires to form an electric field that deflects solar wind protons and extracts their momentum. The electric sail consists of a number of thin, long, and conducting tethers, which are kept in a high positive potential by an onboard electron gun. The picture here shows Heliopause electrostatic rapid transit system, a spacecraft concept using an electric cell. Solar cell is another concept, and it is known as light cells and photon cells. They are methods of spacecraft propulsion using radiation pressure exerted by sunlight on large surfaces. Since 1980s, various spaceflight missions have been proposed to test solar propulsion and navigation. The first spacecraft to make use of the technology was Icarus, which was launched in 2010. In comparison to a reflective solar light cell, a propellantless deep space propulsion system, the electric solar wind sail could continue to accelerate at greater distances from the Sun. Artist's illustration of Icarus space probe with solar cell in flight showing a typical cold soil configuration is shown in this picture. Hypervelocity star is another example of the proposed intergalactic space voyage concept. Hypervelocity star, a star with a velocity substantially different from what is expected for the normal distribution of stars in the galaxy, was theorized in 1988 and observed in 2005. Hypervelocity stars move faster than the escape velocity of the Milky Way and are traveling out into intergalactic space. Research findings show that the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way ejects stars from the galaxy at a rate of about 1 every 100,000 years. Illustration of ejection of hypervelocity star from the black hole is shown in this picture. A hypervelocity star moves so fast that it can literally escape the gravitational pull of the Milky Way galaxy. It is theorized that this forms when a binary state passes too close to the black hole at the center of the gas. One is sucked in while the other is flung at extreme speeds. They are destined to roam the empty depths of intergalactic space. According to a proposition, intergalactic travel could use hypervelocity stars. The approach involves the stars entering into an orbit around them and waiting for them to reach another galaxy. An artist's concept of a hypervelocity star that has escaped the Milky Way is shown in this picture. Time dilation is another proposed approach for intergalactic space voyage concept. Time dilation is the difference in elapsed time as measured by two clocks, either because of a relative velocity between them or a difference in gravitational potential between their locations, which is general relativity. Intergalactic travel for humans is possible, in theory, from the point of view of the traveler. For example, a rocket that accelerated at standard acceleration due to gravity towards the Andromeda Galaxy and started to decelerate halfway through the trip will arrive in about 28 years. An artist's concept of time dilation, showing a galaxy with a brilliant quasar, a very bright, distant, and active supermassive black hole, is shown in this picture. For more information, contact Astronautic for exploits. You've been watching and listening to Intergalactic Space Voyage, Humanity Audacious Step to Explore Deep Space, presented by Dr. Ayenshola Ogundele, with the focus points Galaxy, Intergalactic Space, Intergalactic Space Voyage, and Intergalactic Space Voyage concepts. Thank you.